Picture this. You're 21 years old. While most people today are figuring out college or TikTok dances, this guy was busy ending the Roman Empire. Yep, meet Mehmed II, aka Mehmed the Conqueror or Al-Fatih. He's the young sultan who in 1453 achieved what armies for over 1,000 years could not, bringing down the mighty walls of Constantinople, the most legendary fortress city in the world. This wasn't just a military flex. This was the moment that ended the Middle Ages and lit the fuse for the Renaissance, global trade, and a whole new world order. Buckle up, because this is not just history. This is his story. Constantinople was the crown jewel of empires. For 1,000 years, armies came, armies failed. But Islam had a prophecy. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ is reported to have said, "Verily Constantinople shall be conquered. What a wonderful commander will her commander be, and what a wonderful army will that army be." Mehmed grew up with this echoing in his soul. He wasn't just dreaming of glory. He saw himself as chosen to fulfill a vision centuries in the making. By the time he became sultan, the kid wasn't just inheriting a throne, he was inheriting a mission. Now, let's talk about those walls. The Theodosian walls of Constantinople were legendary. Triple layers, moats, towers. They laughed at catapults, shrugged off siege towers, and made invaders cry. The city was basically the Fort Knox of the Middle Ages. But Mehmed had something different. Giant cannons, including the monster basilica that could fire stone balls the size of a car. And brains, oh, the kid was a strategist. He surrounded the city by land and sea, building a fortress, Rumeli Hisara, just to choke off supplies. Still, Constantinople didn't fall easy. The siege dragged on. Weeks turned into months. The city resisted like a champ. When the navy was blocked by giant chains across the Golden Horn, Mehmed pulled a stunt that sounds like anime. He dragged his ships over land. Picture this: greased logs, hundreds of men, an entire warship sliding across the hills like Fast and Furious, Ottoman edition. The Byzantines woke up like, wait, how did those ships get behind us? That single move shocked the defenders and shifted the balance of power. Mehmed wasn't just throwing soldiers at walls. He was outthinking the empire, and the empire was running out of time. After weeks of bombardment, morale cracking, and the city starving, Mehmed made his move. May 29, 1453. Before dawn, waves of Ottoman troops surged at the walls. The Byzantines fought desperately. Even Emperor Constantine XI himself fought on the front lines, sword in hand, dying with his city. And then, the walls finally broke. Ottoman flags rose above Constantinople. The 1,000-year-old Eastern Roman Empire was no more, and Mehmed II, at just 21, earned his title, the Conqueror. But here's where Mehmed showed what kind of leader he really was. When he entered the city, he stopped the chaos. He protected civilians, forbade unnecessary bloodshed, and walked into Hagia Sophia, not to destroy it, but to transform it into a mosque, ensuring it remained a house of God. For Christians, Muslims, and Jews alike, he offered protection. Scholars, artists, and merchants flocked to the city. Istanbul became a beacon of culture, trade, and knowledge. Mehmed wasn't just a conqueror, he was a builder of civilizations. The fall of Constantinople shook the world. For Europe, it was a wake-up call. They rushed to find new trade routes, sparking the age of exploration. For the Ottomans, it was the birth of an empire that would span 3 continents. For the world, it marked the end of the Middle Ages and the dawn of something new. And at the center of it all, a 21-year-old sultan with a vision bigger than walls, bigger than war, a vision of a city that would stand at the crossroads of civilizations. Today, Istanbul still bears his legacy. So what can we take from Mehmed II's story? That true greatness isn't just about conquering, it's about what you do after the conquest. Mercy, vision, building a future where cultures meet instead of collide. In a world where walls still divide us, maybe the real victory is in finding ways to open the gates. This was the tale of Mehmed the Conqueror and the fall of Constantinople. And this is his story. If you enjoyed this journey, drop a comment. What epic moment in history should we uncover next? And remember, history isn't just about the past, it's about the lessons we carry into the future.